we've wanted to know what finds out in this movie for a year after the epic cliffhanger to Infinity War. Avengers Endgame is what the entire MCU has been building to for 11 years with 22 other movies. Infinity War honestly left me wondering where it'll continue. Let's see if it's good or not. I'd just like to say that this is a spoiler-free review. I won't be spoiling anything for Endgame, though that'll be hard, but I will be spoiling Infinity War if you somehow didn't see it. Welcome to my Avengers Endgame review. But before we get started, you know what to do. Be sure to like this video, subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications, and leave a comment, and you'll be a loyal subscriber. The first thing is that it is 3 hours long, which is a bit long for a Marvel movie, but this really doesn't feel like 3 hours. It's a quick 3 hours. It never really feels like it's being dragged out. Now, admittedly, the beginning was a bit slow at first, but the beginning is mostly used to sort of develop some of the characters, as the characters and everyone else in the world, really, are devastated and broken after the events of Infinity War, and so the stakes are higher, and, like they said in the trailers, they owed this to the world to try. And they did. I also love how more people got the spotlight. For example, Captain America has more of the focus. How, in Infinity War, it was more Iron Man that had more of the focus. This one, it seems to be more Captain America. I like that. Everyone kind of had a chance to shine. Also, I would like to say that it started with a banger. No more than that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Also, Captain Marvel here, she's here, and she's actually a lot more interesting than she is in her own movie. So good job, Russos. I also love the fan service in this movie. Many people, like critics, they complain about fan service and say it's a bad thing. I'd say fan service could be a bad thing when it's the main purpose and it's trying too much to appeal to the fans than to be a good movie or good game or whatever. But this hits it. This was good fan service. You just gotta watch it. I can't say anything more than that again. I wouldn't really say I have any major gripes with this movie that kill it for me. If I were to have any, I'd say this. By the third act, you can tell that the directors, the Russo brothers, were probably overwhelmed at that point, and rightfully so. So during the third act, there was this one thing that started, and then something else happened elsewhere, and then that other scene that started was never really resolved, but they sort of like connected to with the other scene. It's weird. I can't really explain it. It's because if I do, I'll end up spoiling it. But like, it's just you. It's like, okay, what about that? What about the other scene? And the main scene that's focused on is, yeah, you want to focus on that. And I did actually kind of forget about the other scene that was going on, but then I was like, wait a minute, what about that? What about that? Now, if you wanted an ordinary superhero movie where action and everything, this is a bit different. There is that action. There is superheroes just punching each other and stuff like that. You know, the normal superhero stuff. However, this focuses more on emotion because everyone's devastated, of course. It's the emotion that is more important here. And it's, man, I cannot talk about anything else. Yeah, believe it or not, that's actually pretty much it. Not that there's nothing to this movie. There's actually a lot to this movie. All that I haven't mentioned yet would be spoilers. It's almost like I can talk about it for an hour, which is exactly what I'm going to do. So in a few weeks after I get to watch this movie a few more times and digest it, if you will, I will do an episode of the podcast by myself where I rant about this movie, spoiler territory, for an hour. So, yeah, and I have a link to my podcast in the description, so you can check that out. And yet, it's such a good movie. I love this movie. It's pretty much another thing is you're gonna get the most out of this if you've seen and enjoyed and got invested in all the other Marvel movies, all the other MCU movies. You will, you will love it. This will be for you. In the end, game, Endgame, Avengers Endgame is a fantastic movie that you'll really only find fantastic if you're a fan of the MCU and you're invested in these characters, you're invested in these movies, you're invested in this universe, and you appreciate everything about them. This will definitely hit you. It'll make you laugh, make you cry, make you happy, make you sad, but it's definitely one hell of a ride. You need to see this. I feel you need to see this. You have to see this. Which is why I give Avengers Endgame a 10 out of 10. So yeah, that was my review for Avengers Endgame. What do you think? Have you seen this movie yet? Let me know if you like it or not. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.